General Jaswal is former Army commander of the Northern Command, live from Chandigarh tonight. Arif Chaudhry is legal advisor of Pakistan's Ministry of the Interior. He's joining us from Islamabad tonight. Maruf Raza, strategic affairs expert and consulting editor, is joining us from Delhi tonight. My first question is to Zafar Hilali, former Pakistan ambassador to the United States. Sir, now with this process completed, duly completed, legally sanctified, after 1,456 days, the fact that your legal process on 26/11 isn't moving an inch must become acutely embarrassing for you.
On the contrary, actually, your home minister told our home interior minister, who was going to come to wherever, Delhi, that not to come because he has other preoccupations. So I don't know who's delaying what. Our man was ready to come. That's number one. And secondly, I've just been able to hear the kind of nonsense your TV spouts about Pakistan being stunned. You heard what our interior minister said. Pakistan was not stunned by the execution. In fact, we would have been stunned if he had not been executed.
So you are so stunned.
We are not at all. We are glad
that you have censored your own media from going to Kasab's residence. Your government has censored your own media. Your Pakistani government has censored the Pakistani media from going to a Pakistani town because you don't want to be further embarrassed. You have gagged your media.
No.
You have gagged your television
no, on
stations.
the contrary. On the contrary, we don't want our people to go. We don't want our people to go lest they go there and raise all sorts of slogans and lest they tell.
So you will gag your media because your media wants to pursue the truth. The uncomfortable truth on Kasab. You see the fact.
What is the truth? We know the Kasab case. For God's sake, it's been 4 years. We know it. We are not stunned. In fact, I personally think he's met his just desserts. And he was a terrorist who was hanged. Fine.
Kasab is, Zafar Hilali, no pun intended. Kasab is a dead story. But 26/11 is not a story that India is going to forget. Maruf Raza, today, having dealt with Kasab, will India pick up the resolve now to take on Pakistan? Should India take on the resolve to take on Pakistan more aggressively?
Well, it's about time New Delhi does that, because up to now the Indian government has been following a very laid down diplomatic procedure of niceties, of handing in evidence, handing in dossiers, talking to them. In fact, the government in New Delhi has come in for a lot of public criticism in India for having moved forward on Pakistan on virtually all bilateral issues, whether they call it a joint bilateral arrangement or they talk of bilateral talks being resumed completely. I mean, these are euphemisms. The reality is Delhi's government has been moving pretty rapidly in trying to better ties with Pakistan, when on the contrary, they should have used the last 4 years and the evidence available through Kasab and through other international forums, a RAND Corporation report, a book which really clearly outlines what is the Lashkar-e-Toiba's agenda. In an earlier show today, Mr. Raza Kasuri went on to record to say that the LET is effectively running a university. Sure, it's running a university and running the largest set of schools in Pakistan. But the fact is that they have now got a complete sway over the society in Pakistan, not moderates who come on your show, even if they spout hawkish lines. But the reality is that the man on the ground there really believes that is the only way to get even with India. And I think if we need to turn the corner, we need to actually request Pakistan. We need to request Pakistan to actually create favorable public opinion in India about India and abandon terror as a tool. Abandon terror as a tool of policy.
Arif Chaudhry, do you have no investigating skills in your country? This crime is planned in your country.
It is amazing.
The masterminds are in your country. The investigation onus is on you. You have not moved on the investigation. Why?
Please direct this question to me and let me answer. First of all, you should not take pride in execution and imposing death penalty because international community is not supporting this idea. United Nations General Assembly in year 2007.
Sir, this is not a discussion on the death penalty.
No. Okay, listen.
Yes.
You don't have to dictate the participants. Let me say, you are asking, first of all, you are taking pride in execution of death sentence, and then the other question, which is also very amazing, that there is no connection with investigation and finally execution of Ajmal Kasab, so-called Ajmal Kasab, with any involvement of Pakistan in all these affairs. Because, where is the record? Where you can prove it.
Sir, you have been given enough dossiers. I can counter you.
Listen, please.
I can counter you on that.
You have to listen to me. No. You counter this way.
Yeah, I can counter you on that on fact.
Let me complete what I say. You have to let me complete, We, in fact, if you want the peace process, then this should not be styled. You should remember what we said here in this program and then what happened on Sarbjit Singh. Your Sarbjit Singh, who was Surjit Singh, he went out of Pakistan and on the border. When he was being interviewed in a press conference, he openly said that he was planted by your army.
I am talking about a person, about a crime in which 166 Indians were killed.
No.
You must understand the gravity of this crime.
Freedom of expression.
Even your government.
You must understand that. Let me complete what I want to say. When he said all that,
you are not dealing with the issue.
Where were you?
Sir, I am asking you today, Mr. Arif Chaudhary.
I am dealing with this issue. Listen,
Mr. Chaudhary.
You are cursing Pakistan. You are blaming Pakistan.
I am not cursing Pakistan. I am demanding accountability of Pakistan.
You don't let people. This is when I was invited to this program. I told those who invited me that if they don't allow me to talk and if they interrupt, then I'm not going to continue with that. Because this is not your style. This is your style. You are very aggressive and you don't let anybody.
Sir, I'm only giving a straight question. I'm asking a straight question, Mr. Chaudhary.
Mr.
Chaudhary, can I ask you something?
Aristotelian logic that you just want.
No.
You are asking
That's
a question.
correct.
Let me answer. There are two parts of this story. One is the conviction of Ajmal Kasab,
yes,
whatever you call him. And the other is involvement of Pakistani agencies or Pakistan as a government in this issue.
My question is,
these are two separate issues.
So, I'm asking you one question. Please allow me, sir. You have criticized
Did you allow me to answer?
So I have, but you answered in detail, but my follow-up question is this. 1 minute,
if the answer is not according to your whims, you don't let anybody talk.
Mr. Chaudhary.
Let me complete what I want to say.
Mr. Chaudhary, I heard your point. But
then you interrupt.
You've taken very
what did
long,
you get?
Sir.
Even from the very outset when I started, answering,
sir,
you are interrupting. And how did you get my point? You just want to reach to the conclusions which you have drawn in your mind.
No, sir, the world has drawn that
conclusion. This is not a good, aspect of this
sir,
discussion.
The world is asking today.
Let me complete this.
Mr. Chaudhary,
your question, I am going to answer that these are two separate aspects of the matter.
Mr. Chaudhary, you are avoiding my question. You are avoiding my question. Mr. Chaudhary, you are avoiding my question. Why are you avoiding my question?
I am not avoiding your question.
You are avoiding my question. My question to you, Mr. Chaudhary, is if you can answer that question. You are a legal advisor to your Interior Ministry, and please take my question. Allow me to ask you. What is stopping you from your own investigation that can get information on the perpetrators, the camps, the masterminds? All the evidence is sitting in Pakistan. Why don't you investigate? Why don't you investigate what Jundal said on camps in Pakistan?
Can I answer? No. Now there is a question. Can I answer? Do you want the answer? The answer is straight away. It is not the Pakistani government or our agencies.
Sir,
it is your own legal system. It is your magistrate who did not allow the commission to cross-examine. And this is what we had. We had talked on that issue also.
So this state of denial. Let's get General Jaswal in for a second.
Just
hear the view from the other side.
On the witnesses.
Sir, 1 second.
What is?
General
if the view
Jaswal
is not, soothing you,
General
so then
Jaswal.
you shift, then you want somebody else, It is not my system. It is your system which did
Sir,
the,
it is
which went
with all
against the
respect. It
international
is with all
principle of
respect.
cross-examination.
You can
no
start.
examination
Where is your
of a witness can be
investigation on
used
Pakistani
as
soil?
evidence against,
Sir, this was
an accused
planned in
person
Pakistan. The
unless,
masterminds are in
you allow
Pakistan.
cross-examination.
The onus of the investigation is on Pakistan. Where is your investigation,
I
General
think you
Jaswal?
have-
My
I think
question
you
is
have
to
your
you,
own agenda,
General Jaswal.
and
We are
that is-
dealing with a
that is
very
an
rigid
agenda which
Pakistan.
is against,
Pakistan has not
which is
learnt its
against peace
lessons
process.
even
This is-
after
this is-
Osama bin Laden
you
was
are not
eliminated
acting
through a
as-
surgical
no,
strike.
I don't think that you are acting as an anchor person.
Sir,
you
please.
seem to be a very interested party.
Sir,
Anchors are supposed
you
to be
know, sir,
normal. I mean,
sir,
neutral.
sir,
you are
you know,
not neutral.
sir,
If
you see,
now you are
if-
asking me a question,
if-
and when I start, answering your question, then again you are interrupting.
Mr. Chaudhary, I just want to get
Where
someone
are the
else in.
norms?
With your permission, I want to get General Jaswal in.
But did you allow me to complete what I wanted to say?
Sir, you've had the longest
You asked
say
a
so far on the
question and I
program.
started answering. You said, why
What is going
you are
on?
blaming my agencies. You are
Mr.
blaming
Chaudhary,
agencies
you
of
have had the
Pakistan,
longest say on the
whether they-
program. I now want to go to General Jaswal.